All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being a part of tonight's presentation and giving your time to join us. My name is Solomon James, and I'll be your anchor for tonight. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to share. There's a reason why the excitement is on the rise, and that we want to be able to bring to you tonight. Wherever you are joining us from, this is the Emery Business Opportunity presentation. And again, my name is Solomon James. Now, what is Emery and why the noise about Emery? Well, first off, Emery is an international organization that began about a little less than 4 years ago in October 2016. And Emery is derived from the German word immer, okay, which means eternity. Now, the I is our logo, and the idea also stands for international. So you will likely say that Emery is an international, or rather you might want to put it as Eternity International. Yeah, you might want to put it as Eternity International. And the concept is very, very important to us because for a lot of us, we've done things that some of them didn't even last a week, some of them didn't even, some of them didn't even last a month, some of them just a few months down the line, and they are gone. So people are getting wary. Emery says, let's take care of that. Let's create an international company that is actually structured and built to last. Now, these are the three wise men, we would like to call them, who are piloting the affairs of Emery. We have here Mr. Tankamfo, who is the Group Senior Executive Vice President of Emery, and he's the one in charge of Emery Southeast Asia region. We have Mr. Yap Wayen, who is the Group Senior Executive Vice President, and is also the President of Emery Middle East and the African region. Then we also have Mr. Lau Chuangguan, who is actually the Chairman and CEO of the Emery Group of Company. Today, altogether, they have over 100 years combined experience, both in the direct selling and world and in the corporate management. Now, what's our mission in Emery? And our mission is very simple, basically to bring happiness to ourselves and to our family. Charity begins at home, so you cannot give what you do not have. So our focus is to make sure that you yourself, you are happy, because if your candle is lit, you can lit that of others. And we do that in various ways, through healthy products, financial freedom, continuous growth, giving back to society, and many more. Now, with regards to Emery, we have our own core value. We truly believe that sharing is rewarding. For a lot of us who are on this call, it's because somebody shared with you. We believe that it's more blessed to give than to take. Emery believes that success breeds success. It's better to teach a man how to fish rather than just give him fish. So we help others to succeed. And we believe in filial piety, which for us represents respect, love, and care for one another. Though tongues and tribes may differ, in brotherhood we stand. This philosophy, combined with the spirit of freedom, integrity, vision, opportunity, and success, forms the foundation of our company's unprecedented success. Now, who are we as a company? Emery is the exclusive maker of our state-of-the-art manufacturing facility dedicated to the production of our flagship product, Virgin. With over $2 million US invested into this facility, this factory upholds the company's commitment to provide very high quality products as we make them with very high craftsmanship also. Now, that's talking about who we are. But Emery also believes in growth. Emery believes in growing the people, or growing the business by growing the people. As a result, we have what we call the Emery Growth University. You might want to visit www.emerygrowthuniversity.com to get a hold of what we do and our total circle of education through this platform. Emery also has its own Faith Foundation. Emery Faith Foundation is our way of giving back to society by setting aside 0.25% of our sales revenue for the foundation. It focuses on micro charity, doing it from the bottom of our heart and not expecting any publicity. The picture below happened sometime in January this year, and I was privileged to be in Ghana. I was privileged to also be in this meeting. This happened in a place in Ghana they called Echoing Hill, and we went there to go and share love as part of the Emery Faith Foundation charity celebration with those people. It was a memorable event. So again, those are the things Emery put in place to be able to give back to society. Now, and within less than 4 years, where have we been? Where's our footprint? Well, just a short couple of years. Emery began in China 2016, then moved into Malaysia 2017. Actually, the headquarters of the company is in Malaysia. Then Ghana in 2018. Emery opened up office in the Philippines in 2019, in Brunei in 2019, and April 15, 2019, Emery had a soft launch in Nigeria, which is our pre-launch and is still on. November 29th, we're in Egypt last year, and with hopes to go beyond that even in 2020. I mean, we had mapped out plans for South Africa, for Saudi Arabia, for Sudan, and many other countries that are already knocking on the door of Emery. Yes, Emery is across the board. We're in so many other countries, but the places we are talking about right now are places where we have structures. Now, example of that is our corporate office here in Nigeria. This is the Emery global head office in Nigeria at number 1 Chief Okupe Road, Mende, Maryland. So it's not just a room and parlor apartment where somebody has a laptop and has an internet connection and tells you they are global. We have a structure to support each market. Otherwise, would have as well have said we're already in 100 countries in the world. But you understand that this takes a whole lot of support to be able to put this, because we believe in the market we enter that they deserve the best. I want to create the structures to give them that needed support. Now, in just 4 years, Emery has done incredibly well. Well, we've done the sales of over 280 million US dollars, and we've also had over 625,000 members with a very high retention rate of about 38%. Emery has taken over 7,400 of his partners to different cruises and all expense paid trips around the world, with over 655 partners being awarded cars of their own. Now, and to crown it up, Emery has also produced 2 penthouse recipients, all within 4 years. Amazing, you might want to say. Now, what is the product that is backing up what we do, and what's our commitment to this product? First, Emery believes that whatever we put out there should be what we ourselves were able to use. So Emery produces product with conscience. There are people who sell drugs that wouldn't want their children to be on drugs. There are people who sell cigarettes that wouldn't want their children to smoke. There are people who sell alcoholic drinks that wouldn't want their children. So basically, they understand that what they are doing, their conscience is not allowing it totally. But for Emery, everything we put out there, we can recommend it to our families and our loved ones. Emery believes that as far as possible, the product should be made from green and natural materials, not GMOs, not chemicals that might be harmful to its users. As such, Emery's products are made with very high quality, made with very high craftsmanship. Now, let's talk about this product. In our African space and Nigeria as it is right now, there are many other products coming, but right now we have 3 categories of products. We have our flagship product, which is Virgin. Our flagship product, Virgin, maintains and improves the health of a woman's vagina. It balances the good bacteria while inhibiting the bad bacteria. In addition, Virgin helps the vagina to regain its immune system and increase its defensive power. Virgin, Emery also has its other product called Vitide. Vitide is a beverage drink which contains peptide from soy protein extract, and it provides the essential peptides and nutrients for vitality and strength. Emery also has another product called Adwell. Adwell is a digestive enzyme that enhances the functional food we eat, making them easier for the body to absorb and thereby boosting efficacy. It helps to increase the metabolism and strengthens our immune function. All our products have patented technology, and interestingly, Emery has invested millions in research and technology to bring these products to the world. Now, let's look at the problem that each product is addressing. When you consider Africa today, Africa is the second largest continent in the world and the second most populous continent with about 1.32 billion people in population. Now, when you consider Nigeria, where I'm speaking from and which is my focus market for today, I know we have diverse people on the call, but looking at the Nigerian market, we're over 206 million people in population, with over 102 million of these being our female folks, representing 49.4% of the population. So what's the issue here? Well, the problem here is the fact that of this number, over 14.1% of our women, they are infected with bacterial vaginosis. Now, they may not know the name, but they are used to the symptoms. And this is caused by imbalance between the good and bad bacteria. So you begin to see some of our ladies having challenges with foul smelling, discharges, vaginal itching, different colorations coming out. So like I said, they know the symptoms, they know they can describe it, but probably they may not know that it's bacterial vaginosis. Now, there is a problem here, because if this is left untreated, it beats the security at the door of the vagina, and you see the pathogens moving into the lady's reproductive system. Now, the danger here is that it can lead to deep infections. For some ladies, they are suffering from pelvic inflammatory diseases. For others, it is infertility. Actually, there's a very high rate of infertility today in the land. Many of them are not demonic. Many of them are simply infections that have been left untreated over time, and they've had what we call the compounding effect. Okay, so it's not every one of them that is a mother-in-law, that is a father-in-law. Some of them are infection. So we have a lot of ladies also suffering from what we call cervical erosion. The walls of the vagina are thinning out and just breaking down. For some others, they have dryness, they have sexual pains when they have intimacy with their partners. So for a lot of ladies, they are running away from their partners because they do not want that. Especially for those who are already even getting into menopause or post-menopause. For others, it's the odor, the foul, fishy, smelly odor. Now, intimacy with your partner should end in a form of ecstasy, fun, love, joy, celebration. But for some, the odor just kills the mood. It kills the entire excitement. And for many ladies, this is something they cannot tell people about. For others, they are susceptible to even the sexual transmitted infection. We have things like allergy or neonatal infection, where the baby coming in through the birth canal picks up some of these infections if it wasn't well treated before the mother put to bed. For some others, it leads to even things we call miscarriages. I mean, that's abortion. We call it premature abortion. For others, it's cancer, which many people dread. Now, truth be told, you might think it was just an itchy problem, but as we can see, it's a very, very big problem that if it's not well taken care of, it can start as an itchy, it can start as a smell, it can develop as far as even cancer. Now, to help us resolve this, I want to introduce us to the solution. The solution that is helping address this problem that is ongoing, that is growing, is our flagship product. I want to introduce you to Vagin. Now, Vagin is a female refreshing intimate gel that helps to reset the female reproductive system back to factory setting. Now, what will Vagin help you to do? Yes, it helps to protect, because it needs to be protected. Your security needs to be protected. Need to protect the doorway, okay, into your intimate area. So with Vagin, it helps to enhance the friendly bacteria. And by doing that, it's now inhibiting the bad bacteria. It's like feeding the good bacteria that will fight and overpower the bad bacteria. What's the effect of that? It helps to reduce infection. Understand that the female system is an open system, so there are lots of infection, but it helps to reduce the infection. It enhances the self-cleaning and defense mechanism of that area. Now, I've had a lot of ladies say, but the system can clean itself, that they do not need it. I say, yeah, the system can clean itself just as a young man can probably stand to anybody trying to bully him to fight. But you see, when you are 90, when you are 85, I hope you know you do not have the same strength to go back to that ring, to go back to the street and be a street fighter. Now, that says to you that your system can clean itself when it is healthy. But once the integrity of that place is compromised, it may not be cleaning itself, and rather it opens you up to a lot of infection. So with Vagin, it helps to protect all of this. Virgin helps to moisturize and tightens the vagina, and that's very critical because we have a lot of ladies, they are talking about the dryness and the rest of them. It helps to repair the cells, and in repairing the cells, it helps to nourish the ovaries. So for people who are believing God for the fruit of the womb, we do not give a promissory note to say once you use Virgin, you'll be pregnant. Otherwise, we'll all do a signboard that says, come on to me, all you that want babies, I'll give you one. We do not make such calls, and we will never make such call. However, it resets your system, increasing your chances if that were to be the case, for you to get that testimony by nourishing the ovaries. And you know it's the ovaries that produces the eggs, okay? And that mates with the sperm, and fertility takes place. It helps to restore the elasticity of the vaginal wall. We'll be probably talking about things like, what's it called, vaginal atrophy, the looseness of the vagina. But because the vagina is being fed, okay, the elasticity of the wall, okay, is restored. So for people who complain about pain, if there's a penetration, it can stretch to accommodate and return back. So these are things Virgin helps to do. It helps to improve their sex life. And we've had many testimonies of people whose marriages are broken because of just their sex life. So Virgin helps because it also have this refreshing aroma. We're talking about the other time. So you find out that if you've gotten a stick of Virgin, you will understand what I'm talking about here. It has this lovely fragrance, okay, that it's in the tube of the product. Now, Virgin helps in pheromone secretion. So we have ladies, some of them, they're already dead. I mean, some will tell you they are deader than Lazarus. They do not have any inclination, no feeling, nothing. But you see, when you begin to use Virgin, it activates your pheromone excretion, increasing your libido, and you are in the mood and ready to go. And as one of my partner will say, it gives you opportunity to browse again. All right. Now, what are the mechanisms that makes this work? What's the active ingredient? We get to talk with a lot of medical doctors and medically inclined people, and some of them say, yeah, we know this thing is working, but what makes it work? Well, Virgin Force is a patent product, like we said, and it helps to inhibit the bad bacteria, promoting the growth of the good bacteria while maintaining the balance of the flora and raising the self-cleaning mechanism. Virgin contains antibacterial peptide and immune peptides, and what this does is that it helps to inhibit the bad bacteria while stimulating the body's innate immune system to kill those bad bacteria. Virgin also contains natural organic acid. What this does is to help to reset the pH of the vagina to between 3.5 to 4.4, which is actually the active state of a healthy vagina. For ladies who are using things like soap, you are doing douching and many other things like that, you are compromising that space. So with this natural organic acid, it restores it back to between 3.5 to 4.4. Virgin also contains seaweed extract, which has very high nutritional value, and the extracted substance themselves help to inhibit certain viruses that tends to come in to that space. Virgin contains what we call hyaluronic acid. Now, hyaluronic acid is very, very important because this is what helps for a lot of ladies having dryness, because it has this moisturizing effect. You don't need KY jelly, you don't need Vaseline. I mean, it softens it. It's like somebody who has walked through the desert. If you have been in the north, I've had the opportunity and the privilege to live in the north, and I got married in the northern part of Nigeria. I mean, the weather is very dry, and at such time or as a Harmattan, we want to apply the balm. Some people just even use mentholatum or whatever. Sometimes even using those things, it breaks even your lips the more. But there are certain balms that are actually formulated. It doesn't break your lips, it just suits your lips. And this is what the hyaluronic acid here is doing. It has this moisturizing effect, and it helps to promote the nutrition absorption of the skin and the secretion of the aging properties. So as the skin layers in the vagina are aging, it's helping to restore it. It increases the skin elasticity and promotes the regeneration of the injured skin. Now, Virgin also contains probiotic polysaccharide. Now, basically what this does is to help feed the good bacteria, which is the lactobacillus, so that they can be able to combat the bad bacteria. It contains vitamin E, and vitamin E is very essential in maintaining the delicate balance of the female hormones. Now, sometimes you see our ladies, some of them have very hot flushes, some of them have mood swings. Today they are up, tomorrow they are down. With vitamin E, it helps to balance the hormonal flow in the body and improve the symptoms caused by hormonal deficiency. Virgin also has this 100% plant extract, okay, that helps to calm, relax, and soothe the state of the emotion. So this is the working mechanism of our flagship product called Virgin. Now, we have lots of testimonies coming in every day with regards to the use of this product. Let's quickly talk about our other products, talking about our best natural collabo for anti-aging in the world. We're talking about the Vitide and the Adwell, but let's start off here with our Vitide. Vitide basically is vitality with peptide. Vitide is gotten from the soy micromolecule peptide, and peptides themselves are food for the cells. If you go back to your biology back in school, I don't know if you had the same teacher as I did, we're taught that the cell is the smallest unit of the body. From the cell, we have the tissue. From the tissue, we have the organ. From the organ, we have the system. And from the system, you have the man. If anything affects at the cellular level, then basically, your manhood is compromised. Permit my use of that. I mean, your system as a man or as a human is compromised once your cells are not active. So this is what feeds the cell directly. I know you eat fufu, you eat eba, you eat banko, and all those things, but the cell will need to wait for them to break down before it gets to feed itself. So, but peptide basically goes directly, feeds the cell, and as much help to increase your immunity. And understand that this is the golden essence for life. So what are the benefits of taking our Vitide? It helps to protect the cell. And it's very, very important because every second the cells are dying and the cells are being regenerated. If you have more cells that are dying than cells that are regenerating, then basically you are accelerating the aging process. It's much more like having a bank account where there is much more withdrawal than deposit. Basically, you know, a lockdown of that account is inevitable in the days to come. So with Vitide, whilst it's protecting your cell, reboosting those cells to have more lively cells coming, now it's helping to slow down the aging process. As a result, it's also regulating your blood pressure, helping to restore your skin and muscle elasticity, also strengthen the muscle. A lot of people are complaining of fatigue. There are people who wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning, they're already so fatigued as if they fought in their dreams, okay? I know you have eaten the food, listen, the nutrient is yet to get into your system. So you wake up, you still feel like sleeping again, you are so fatigued. From the inside, you need Vitide. And Vitide also helps in weight management, because for those of us who stay on Vitide, you'll understand, because your cells are already fed, that alarm of I need food, and you begin to take in junks is not ringing, and as much you are not storing more unwanted food and thereby storing fat in your body. So it's actually helping in weight management. Let's talk about our last product, which is called Advil. It's a German word called Advil, but you know, where Africans are who? Can't come and bite myself or my tongue for another person. So we call it Adwell. Basically, it's addition to wellness. Adwell is a plant-based enzyme, and you understand that enzymes themselves, they are catalysts breaking down our foods efficiently. If I want to ask, what did you eat this morning? What did you eat this afternoon? Or probably what have you taken? What are you preparing to eat this evening? If you're an African, possibilities that maybe two out of your 3 meals may be carbohydrates, and we take a whole lot of carbohydrates. So this helps to break down your carbohydrates, helps down to break down your oil, your fats, and many other things like that, because it contains 5 enzymes in our Adwell. So it speeds up the rate of chemical reactions so that you do not have all those constipation, indigestion, and the rest of them. So what's actually the benefit of Adwell? It improves your intestinal health, and it's very, very important because over 70% of your immunity is in your gut. So as a result of that, Adwell helps to clean your gut. And I want to remind you that every time you eat the food, you say, I don't eat it in my body. It's not in your body, it's still in your gut. It is when that food is broken down and the nutrient is absorbed. That's when it gets into your body. But when you eat and you gulp it down and you say, give me Gouda, give me beer, give me one cold drink, mortuary standard, as if you are going there very soon, just know that it's not yet in your system. It's not yet in your body. You've got to take it out of your gut. And Adwell helps to clean the gut. And it has this anti-inflammatory property that takes care of inflammation of the body, helping to prevent blood clots. And a lot of what we eat, a lot of oily things, all the ngwongo, ishewu, and all the things we go to eat. And we are enjoying them with the custard, not the custard, all those, what is it, uba, and different things like that you've just added. We are taking them with cold drinks, and you are just clogging your system. But remember, Adwa contains lipase. Lipase is what actually helps to break your fats down so that your blood is not clot. It also contains fibrinolytic acids that also help so that your blood does not clot, because the result will be stroke. It helps to prevent cancer, helps to increase the body metabolism, and also helps with weight management. You might say, how does that help? Because as long as the food breaks down fast, then it's not storing in your body as fat. Remember, if your food does not break down fast, it's going to store into your body as fat, and you begin to have that Hollandaise. You know, most men have Hollandaise on their waist, natural Hollandaise, and okay, let me just leave it there. All right. Okay, so that's it. Adwell. We interestingly, all our products are FDA certified, both in Ghana and NAFDAC certified here in Nigeria. Imari has more than that 3 products. There are other products coming in right now. We have the Ima Care again, covering our intimate care product. We have many other products. They are going through registration. When they are ready, we'll talk about those products. We have the Ima Plus that covers our health and functional food. I just talk about the Adwell and Vita. There is another one that is coming in that category. What you might want to say, they call it his and hers. Okay, so it's the male version of Virgin. It's coming soon to a market close to you. We have the Ima Bell, covers our skin and personal care. We have the Ima Home, covering our kitchenware and home. And we have the Ima Light, covering our lifestyle food and beverages. Now, let's talk about the opportunity with Imeri. It's very, very important that we understand how this works. Now, I tell people it's the product that gives legitimacy to the business. However, as we talk about the business, there are words we need to help reset your mindset, because if your paradigm is not well positioned, what we are going to say might not make sense, because you might just be sabotaging yourself. You get to hear people use words such as I can't afford it. Okay, I can't afford it. What if you say, how can I afford it? Have you seen, when you say I can't, you are shutting yourself out. But when you use the word, how can I? Now, your brain goes into motion, you open up the universe, and help comes for you. Some other persons will tell you, what if I lose? I mean, yes, I understand it. A lot of us, we've lost in the past that we are reacting to our losses. I normally say, you don't stop eating fish today because you ate fish yesterday and you got hung by bone. Has any of us stopped eating fish? No. Okay, actually you gain experience. What if you succeed? Listen, I always like to point it out that the Bible says until a wheat of until a seed, a wheat. Which Bible study is this one again? Until a seed falls to the ground and dies, it says it abides alone. Okay, but you see, what you think was death actually turns to life and springs up. So for some of us who think we've lost, no, you didn't lose. You paid school fees, you've learned, which is why you now make better informed decisions. Okay, for some others, they will tell you, know what, it's not possible. Well, impossibilities for the untried. Others will tell you, know what, we are too busy working. I am not against you working. The Bible says, he that does not work shall not eat. But don't be too busy working and you are chasing the rat race rather than running the right race. There are 2 types of race: rat race or right race. Let's show you how to get started the right way. And why is this important? Because today money is holding a lot of us back. Now, imagine what money is holding you back from doing. Perhaps today you have gotten a call. Somebody needed 5,000, somebody needed 10,000, somebody needed 20,000, somebody just needed help some way or the other. Listen, for some of us on this call, we are comfortable. By the grace of God, we can take care of ourselves. But it's not about you, because as the demand is increasing, you find out that what you kept to take care of yourself is not enough if you've got to help every other person. I know you are not El Shaddai, you shall not die. But you've got to have enough to be able to help. Now, somebody, a wise man once said, he said, love is denied expression by poverty. Love is denied expression. You get calls from your father, you get calls from your mother, you get calls from your loved one. You truly love them, but that love is denied expression by poverty. Your thumb is tied. You can't write to the check. You can't press and send that money. I mean, you are tied on many sides. Listen, if you are the one I'm talking to, don't be ashamed. Let's be real here. There is help. And why is this important? There is a book I read a couple of years ago. I have it in my shelf. I bought it at, I think, Latana Bookshop here in Lagos. It's called Caught Between a Dream and a Job. It's a very interesting book written by a guy called Delatoro McNeil II. Many of us grew up having dreams, grew up having fantasies. I mean, I grew up in Lagos. I grew up in the suburbs of Lagos. I grew up in Ajegule. And once it begins to rain, or like the rainy season like this, as young children, we run out, we build castles with our legs, even though our parents were living in one room, not room and parlor, not self-contained, one room, okay? But every time we come out of that space, we were not building castles based on where we've been confined to. Have you noticed as children, our creativity was beyond us? We were building castles, we were creating cars with big tire, Homer Jeep kind of cars, as if we knew Nigerian road will not be okay. Okay, so, but listen, we had this dream. There was no limitation. We knew nothing about PDP, APC, COVID. We knew nothing about GDP. We just had fantasies and dreams. Well, the question, how many of you are living those fantasies today? Right now, as we begin to grow, the world say, welcome. Keep your fantasies by the side. You've got to work. So right now, many people are caught between their dream, that they are not actually fulfilling their dream, rather they are fighting for survival through a job. And there's nothing wrong with a job. I do not I never knock down a job, because it's a means of income, okay? But it's just for you to know that now that I'm getting this job, I should find a plan B, which is what we are talking about. But these are the stats from this book. It reveals that some people dislike their job, but they are there every day. 33% hate their job, but they are there every single day. 25% say their job is their number one stress factor. If you live in a city like Lagos, welcome to the abnormal city of the world. Stress even before you get to the office. 41% live paycheck to paycheck. Now listen, everything in the world right now is on the rise. Groceries is on the rise. Your transportation is on the rise. Everything has increased. Perhaps the only thing that has not increased in the recent past is your salary. And if I may ask, how are you surviving? How are you coping? For some of us, there are layoffs happening around us, and we are grateful to God that we are not affected with this layoff. So, and I join you in that celebration, and I join you in sharing that testimony. But you see, while you are celebrated that others are laid off, you are not laid off. What you do not understand is that you'll be doing the job of others that are laid off, probably without an increase in salary. So we have 43% have been overworked. Have you noticed that work does not stop because somebody died? As a matter of fact, they might not even replace that position, and they just get somebody to act in double capacity. 50% feel they are underpaid. 70% feel no motivation, which is why there's a high percentage of people waiting for tomorrow. Thank God tomorrow is a public holiday. Otherwise, what you get to see is, thank God, it's Friday. Well, if this is your storyline, all I just want to say to you is that if all you have is one source of income, it is risky. Very risky to have just one source of income. Will you be comfortable sitting on a chair that has just one leg? Probably not. How come you are comfortable sitting on one financial instrument? As a matter of fact, listen, we can go beyond this. You don't have to put your money in one bank, not one investment. So let me just show you a way you can begin that journey with this. Let's introduce you to a revolutionary wealth building opportunity, and that is the Emery vehicle. Now, understand that every vehicle moves you from one point to the other, but also understand that some vehicles are faster than some. You can trek from here to Abuja. People have done it before. You can take Okada and go there. You can take a bike. You can take a car. You can go by air. Emery is a vehicle that wants to take you there as fast as possible. Now, let's consider this Emery vehicle. First, Emery has its own unique compensation plan, and it has been modeled with 12 ways to get you paid. Now, it begins when you begin to share the Emery, either the Emery product line and income opportunity. When you do that, you can begin to enjoy things like the sponsor bonus, team bonus, elite bonus, promotional bonus, leadership bonus, director development, same rank repurchase, travel incentive, a car reward, even a house reward. Interestingly, there is no compulsory monthly auto-ship or maintenance to make this work. That's great, right? Hold on, there is more. Now, I normally tell people that there are 3 reasons people join Emery. People join with just because of the product, which is why I took time to just show you the efficacy of the products. They can stand alone, okay, and you use the product. Testimonies are amazing. Some other people, because of the efficacy of the product, they now join to be able to retail the product. Emery says, okay, welcome on board. We have a system where you can generate between 30 to 50% in your repurchases and boost your retail business. Now, let's show you an example. This is a case study here. Now, Virgin is our flagship product. Right now, Virgin is a little bit out of the market, although we have a new stock of Virgin, an emergency badge of Virgin being flown into the country next week, okay, first week of August. Now, why? Because the Virgins come in and 3 weeks, they are gone. So let's show you a case study, what you can do with this. If you sign up with the agency pack, which is 295,930, you get 20 boxes of Virgin. Now, with 20 boxes of Virgin, the cost price is about 14,700. The retail price is 20,000, as about 20,000 naira. So if you sell about 20 boxes at the retail price, you are doing about 400,000, 402,000 naira. Now, take out your capital. That's about a profit of about 100,000. I do not think 100,000 is small. I do not also think it's big, because some of us, again, we are big guys on this call. But you see, 100,000 can help you give 20 persons 5,000. Okay, and do you know the collective prayer points that we're praying for you? I mean, that's massive. If you have 20 people saying God bless you, that's massive. Your life will truly be blessed. Now, Emery says beyond all of this, that you are making 100,000 naira just retailing 20 boxes. When you come to repurchase, now the discount comes in. You get to enjoy 30% on the agency level. Now, rather than having 20 boxes, now you are getting 28 boxes. Why? Because the cost price drops from about 14,700 to about 10,300. Now, the retail price is still the same. When you finish selling your 28 boxes, guess what? You have made over 250,000 naira. Does it make sense if 250,000 naira comes into your account every month? Now, guess what? You were not selling a supermarket. You were simply selling 28 boxes. Now, I do know that there are people who have opened shops for their wives. I know of people who have opened supermarkets for their wives. At the end of the month, many of them don't bring 250,000 on the table as profit. As a matter of fact, the law of diminishing return is setting on that shop. But you see, with 28 boxes, it could be the boot of your car, it could be in your backpack, it could be in your handbag, and before you know, even if you are selling one a day in a month, you would have done 250,000 naira. What happens if you go through this round twice a month? That means the possibility of making about 500,000 naira is there. What happens if you can even do it weekly, which is possible, because we've had somebody sell 20 boxes in 8 hours, okay? So this is amazing that people can start and be just retailing the product. You are not bringing anybody in, and you are already making this possible. Okay, I'm getting a feedback. Let me look where that feedback is. That's from Promise. All right, okay. So 250,000, I do not think at a minimum level it's bad. There are people right now, teachers, who are earning 25,000, some of them 15,000 naira. Okay, but you see, sometimes we like titles, and like the Bible will say, we have a form of godliness, but we deny the power thereof. Why have the title of a manager and you are earning the salary of a peasant? It's better you do not have a title, but you are comfortable taking care of your needs. This is one way to go about that. Now, all right. Let me show you some other thing, because imagine that this is your monthly salary or monthly income coming in. Emery has a good level. Listen, again, if we go back to our biology, every living thing grows. Every living thing grows. Is a desire of the creator that every living thing should grow. So in Emery, we have a system where you can grow. I mean, you can start from the smallest pack, which we call the classic pack. I'll get to show you that. And you are on the pre-associate board. From the pre-associate board, you can move to the associate board, you move to the executive board, you move to the manager board, you move to become a director, where you have a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star director, and perhaps you become a sapphire, emerald, and even a diamond ambassador. But can I be honest with you? This does not happen because you joined Emery. This does not happen because you throw in money to register. This happens because you help other people. Emery is a help system. If you are the type that just want to be the king and you don't want to help anybody, please don't waste your time. I am not here to probably smoothing whosoever invited you to collect your money. I'm to let you know how it works. So you can join us to use the product and you'll be fine. Now you can join. You can join us to retail the product, and that's fine. But if you want to build, then you must talk to somebody. And talking to somebody simply means you are helping people to get to where you are. Now, how does that begin? It begins with you sponsoring somebody. I've got somebody say, I don't want to talk to anybody. Then it's game over. If you want to start building, you must sponsor somebody. Now, you can join with any of the packs. I'll show you the packs shortly. But if somebody joins you with either the classic pack or the agency pack, you're going to earn 5% of what the person comes in with. What happens if that person also gets to tap into the circle of influence of his first generation? That means the person you brought in gets his own circle of influence coming in. You are not the one doing that work. You do not know them perhaps, but you are still earning 5%. It's like real estate brokerage. Does that make sense? Now, if the person you bring in happens to come in perhaps with a wholesale package, now, whether you believe in tithing or not, whether you're a pastor or not, you will collect tithe of 10%. Emery pays tithe once people come in with a wholesale. So maybe I might get an amen here because somebody is now called. Now, if the people you bring in at the wholesale level get people to come in at their second or third level, regardless of the membership, you get to collect 5% on the second level and 5% on the third level. That's amazing. Now, the journey just begins. Let's talk about the Emery Synergistic Board Breaking Plan, which is a system Emery runs. It's a revolutionary system. Now, first, I always like to recommend that people go pick up the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Pick up at the book and start reading chapter 6. It's talk about synergy. Synergy is the highest form of life. Nobody's business needs to go down because you all must sell. You know, we have prayer points, different prayer points you get to see in Nigeria. Somebody's shop must close so that you all will sell. I mean, I do not think that's a God kind of prayer, because God is always thinking win-win for everybody. He allows the sun and the rain to shine both on the good and the bad. So why will your own sun shine just on the few? So Emery says, can we bridge the gap? Let's create synergy. Let everybody win here, guys. So how does this work? The Emery Synergistic Board Breaking Plan, it's a board system, okay? And I'm going to show you the board system, but whichever board you begin with, you will encounter this, Okay, now, we have 3 boards with the Emery system. We have the associate board, the executive board, and the manager board. Now, it's a board of 15 persons. I've already mentioned that. The top of it is already pre-filled by existing members. So actually, in my view, it's not even a board of 15 persons. Actually, it's a board of 8 people, because if out of 15, 7 slots is already gone, it's taken, it's pre-filled, then it's only left with 8. Now, is the people at the top, okay? It's their duty to share with the people, to get people to fill in the bottom board. Interestingly, sometimes the people at the top may not be in the same team. They might not be in the same country also, okay? But the interesting person on this board is the elite. Once you are the elite, you are the Igwe, you are the king, you are the Oba, whatever you want to call, I mean, you are immune to go to the next level. Okay, that's just what it is. So I'll show you how that works. Now, let's take an example now that this is the board where you come in, okay? And somebody brings you in, and probably you have 3 of your friends on this call. And when we are done, they like what we are sharing, and Anne joins you, Temi joins, and Tolu joins. Have you seen that right now you have 3 under you? We say you have 3 qualifications. Now, Anne looks at this board and brings in Ruth. Have you seen that Anne now has 1 qualification? Ruth says, I know a friend, and Ruth brings in Efe. Ruth has 1 qualification. Efe brings in somebody, brings in Didi. Efe also has 1 qualification. So everybody is contributing to the board, whether you are at the top or you are at the bottom. But you see, Anne also sees another opportunity to talk to a friend, and perhaps Anne with 1 qualification that we are seeing suddenly brings in Joyce. What have you seen now? Anne has 2 persons on her board. Now, the system says immediately this happens, that Joy comes in, something will happen. Number 1, whosoever is on the elite position will be promoted immediately to the next rank. Whosoever on this board, okay, whether you were on the associate or executive manager, you'll be promoted. But now I'm showing you the associate board, you'll be promoted to the next level. Immediately you take 1 out of 15. How many is left? That's 14 if your math is correct. So the system says, let's look for 2 more executives, or sorry, 2 more elites to head the board. So immediately 1 person goes, the board breaks itself into 2. Okay, the board breaks itself into 2. And the system has its rule. It says, look for the person with the highest number of qualification or recruits on that board. If you look at the board, clearly you'll find out that you have 3 persons. So you become the first elite. But again, you are looking at Dan has 2, Ada has 2, Anne has 2. Is a tie. Yes, it's a tie. But now rule 2 now applies. Rule 2 says whenever there is a tie, seniority kicks in. Who is the earliest on the board? Who is the senior on the board? Again, Dan, Ada, and Anne all have 2, but Dan is the senior. So Dan takes the next elite board. The system says, okay, let's fill everybody according to seniority or on qualification. So who is the next person with the highest is Ada. Ada takes 2. Who is the next person is Anne. Anne takes the next board. All the 2s are gone. We have the 1s. Aki goes with 1. Obi next to the next board. Ruth goes to this board. Efe goes to this board. Then it's left with those with the 0 who are sleeping on the board. And let's fill them in honor of their seniority of sleeping on the board. That then Musa goes with a 0. Eno goes with a 0. Temi goes with a 0. Tolu goes with a 0. Ndidi goes to the next board, and Joy fills the board. Guys, have you seen how the 7 persons are chosen to be at the top of the board? Immediately this happened, 8 new slots are created beneath to make it 15, and the cycle continues. So this is how the merit synergistic board system works. Now, let's go to talk about the money. Somebody will say, show me the money. Okay, good. This is how it works. And let me take an example of the associate board. That now that we have chosen this to show you this board that has just broken and you are the elite on the board. But let me emphasize here that you only earn on the merit board when you are at the top of the board. Again, let me emphasize that for clarity. You only earn when you are at the top of the board. When the board breaks and you are at the top of the board, every activity happening from number 1 to number 8 or number 8 to 15, as the case may be, you will earn, okay, depending on the rules of that board. But what's the rule of engagement on the associate board is that you must contribute. If you do not contribute and you have 0, like Musa and Didi, this is what you will get. I was taught in school that 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 million is 0. 0 times 1 billion is 0. 0 times 1 trillion is 0. So it simply means since you have not gotten anybody to join the board, you, excuse me, you may not earn on this board because you have 0 qualification. So the system says all you need to do to qualify is to make sure that you have 1 person. So from number 1 to number 8 is called a cycle. And on the associate board, you can stay there for 20 cycles, but 20 cycles times 0 is still 0. Okay? So all you need to do, like I just shared here, is move away from having a 0 qualification and be somebody like Aki. Aki has just 1 qualification by sharing with 1 person. The system says, Aki, thank you for having 1 person. For having 1 person, you are going to be paid 1,800 every time somebody drops on this board, whether you are the one bringing them or not. Probably you brought position number 1. Now you have 1 qualification. But what happens to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? You didn't bring them, but you are still going to be paid for that. So if you multiply 1,800 times 8 or $5 as the case may be, that's 14,400 for a cycle, number 1 to number 8. Now, Emery says you can stay here with this one person up to 20 cycles. So the board breaks, you still have one person, they will keep paying you up to 20 cycles. And that can aggregate to 288,000 Naira guaranteed income generating stream system. Now, what if you are the likes of perhaps Ada, Ruth, and Temi doing more than 2? Okay, but it has not taken you to the elite position. The system says now that you have 2, you are going to earn 36 per person dropping on the board. Multiply that by 8, that will give you 28,800. You just have only 2 persons that have joined you. Others are bringing people on the board. You are being paid 36 for the work generated by others. That is the synergy. If you stay here for 20 cycles, that's 576,000 Naira, which is about 1,600 US dollars. Now, perhaps you are the elite on the board. Emery says, now this is a sport to envy and to strive for legally. When you are on the elite board, instantly the board breaks and you are the elite. Emery pays you instantly 57,960. 57,960 Naira just for being the elite. Each person dropping on your board, whether you know them or not, is 11,520 Naira. 11,520. Each person dropping on your board. So aggregate that would have given you about 80,640 Naira. Now, remember the last person that comes in, Emery triples the money and says, for the last person, rather than 11,500, we multiply that by 3. So it's about 34,920. Now, remember that person also breaks the board. For breaking the board, Emery gives you what they call a promotional bonus of another 57,960. And probably you are just the elite. You have not even done anything. You've not brought anybody, but other people are joining through others. But because you are on the elite seat, you are earning more. So if you aggregate this, while you are being promoted to the next rank of executive, you have collected about 231,480 Naira. And guess what? This is not in addition to whether you had 1 qualification or 2 qualifications. This is just you sitting on the elite board. Exciting, right? Now, let's go to the next board. That's the executive board. It's the same rule that applies. Everybody at the top works to make sure that the bottom of the board is filled. As the bottom of the board gets filled from number 1 to number 8, people are paid accordingly. On the associate board, until you have 1 person before you are paid. But on the executive board, the rule is different. Once you're on the executive board, remember, for example, you are Musa on Didi with 0 qualification. Every time somebody drops on your board, you are being paid 5,760, even though none of your team member has moved. Who does that? If it were to be on other system, the binary system, the matrix system, do you think you will earn for the work not generated by your team? But you are being paid by the work of others. So just even having 0, which is about $16, you can collect 46,080 Naira. Just being there as an executive and you're at the top of the board. None of your team members has come in. And let's say they say, you know what? We have taken an oath that we will not come. Emery says you can stay here for 10 cycles. That's another 460,000 Naira guaranteed, just being an executive at the top with 0 qualification. Now, if you are able to work with a team member, the likes of Aki, and now you have one qualification, maybe that's meaning one of your team members also joins you on the executive level. Emery says now we increase from paying you 5,000 plus or by 11,520 for each person that drops on your board. Remember, others that are dropping is not your team. And you can stay here for 1 cycle, that's 92,160. And you can still stay here for 10 cycles and sleep with that 1 person. And you still gain about 921,600. Amazing. What happens if you are not the lead, you don't want to just stay with 1, but you're able to support another 1 person? You find out your money increases. Now you can do 138,240 for 1 cycle, and you can do about 1.3 million just with 2 persons. Have you seen that 0, you are rewarded, 1, you are rewarded, 2, you are rewarded? So the joy here is to make sure that you have more of your team members succeeding with you. Now, guess what? You are not the elite. What happens if you were to be the elite? Instantly, you hit the elite position. Emery says, thank you. Your earnings for hitting the elite position, immediately the board breaks, is 579,600. 579,600, just hitting the elite position. Now, every time the board breaks and you are the elite, and people are dropping on your board. Every one person dropping on your board is 115,920, whether you know them or not, whether they're in your team or not. I have a very peculiar case of somebody in my team, and I guess she should be on the call. She became an elite executive. The entire 8 people that came on our board, none was from Nigeria. None was from our team. They were from Egypt. And as the board broke, her husband took the elite position, 2 on the board. And guess what? Within 2 weeks, all 8 positions were filled up by Egyptians. As a matter of fact, as at February 25, 26, we're in Port Harcourt, we're going to Enugu, myself and Daniel Sekwe, woke up that morning and 5 Egyptians have entered his board. So imagine 115,000, 115,000, 115,000. I mean, it was amazing. And the last person that dropped was 347,000. And for that person dropping, the board was breaking and he was being paid another 579,000. Within the space of 2 weeks, as he's been promoted to manager, he had already earned about 2.3 million. Then you now go and tell him that the Bible says the Egyptians you see today, you will see no more. Don't let him slap you. He says he wants to see these Egyptians. He does not know what was the problem of Moses with those ones, but he likes these Egyptians because it's collaborative. That is the merit system. It wouldn't have happened if it was all about you and your team. I hope you get you get the gist right now. So as you move to the manager board, it's a very interesting board. The manager board is still the same thing. Everybody's at the top working to fill the bottom of the board. But you see, once you are the manager board, every time a new manager is produced, everybody's excited. Why? Even for having 0 qualification, like Musa and Didi, if a manager drop, you are paid 57,960. Does it make sense that you get to earn 57,960 from a manager from another team or from another country? You didn't produce it, your team didn't produce it, your country perhaps didn't produce it, and you are earning. And yet, everybody's excited. One cycle at least will give you 463,000. If you stayed here for 10 cycles without a manager, 4.6 million guaranteed. Guys, it's amazing. Now, if you have one person, you now happen to support one of your team members to become a manager, guess what? You're earning 115,000 per person, whether you know them or not. If you stay there for one cycle from 1 to 8, that's 927,000 naira. And if you stay there for 10 cycles, you would have done over 9.2 million, just having only one person. What if you are the likes of Ada and Ruth and Temi, where you have 2 or more, but it didn't make you the elite? The merit says you can still do one cycle of 1.3 million or even 10 cycles of 10.9 million, if that of 13.9 million, if that is where you stop. Guys, it's so amazing. The excitement that everybody rejoices. Now you understand when the Bible says that there was joy in heaven every time a soul is won. I want to believe they are using the merit synergistic board system in heaven, because both the angels, everybody's rejoicing. Say, I'm not the one that won the soul now. But you see, in Mary, it doesn't matter who wins the soul, everybody is rewarded. What a beautiful system. Now, guess what? If you happen to be the elite on the board, fasten your seatbelt. Why? Instantly for being the elite manager on that board, you are paid 5.7 million, 5,796,000 just for being the elite. Now, everybody dropping on your board, whether you know them or not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess what? You are paid 1,159,200 for each person that drops on your board. Have you seen the reason why I said everybody's rejoicing? The person with 0 is rejoicing, is earning. The person that has 1 manager is rejoicing. The person that has 2 is rejoicing. You that you are the elite, imagine a manager is produced. The same manager that pays somebody 57,000 plus is paying you 1.1 million. The same manager. Is that not an amazing system? You would have aggregated about 8.1 million just on one cycle. Now, when the last person, which is number 8, comes in, remember it's triple. That's 3.4 million naira just for one person dropping. And remember that person breaks the board. As the board is broken, you are promoted. So a promotional bonus of 5.7 million naira is also given to you while you are gallantly moved to the director table. Guy, this is amazing. And guess what? Cumulatively, you would have done 23 million naira plus just being on the elite. I am not adding whether you had 0 qualification on the manager board, whether you had 1, whether you had 2. I mean, I had a friend of mine. I said, you know what? He said, chairman, you know what I could do? Once I get to 0, I will stay there till the 10th cycle. I'll collect 4.6 million. Then I will now add 1. I'll now stay there, collect 9.2 million. I'll now stay there, add 2. Okay, guys, success loves speed. Take it to the top. But let me just show you what can happen with just one account. Now, again, remember, you can join us even as a customer and just be buying the product or using the product. You can join us even from the classic board, the lowest, and build. And as you are ranking out of that board, they give you 11,800. And you can move to the next board where you're at the associate level. Once you pick up the elite, it's 231,480. I just showed you that. If you're on the elite board, the executive board, and you pick up the elite position, as the board gets filled, just on the elite position alone. These things I'm showing you just based on the elite positions alone. You would have gotten 2.3 million. What if you are the manager board? I just show you about 23.1 million is available. So cumulatively, you would have done a minimum of 25 million, not adding from the associate, from the classic, from the executive, 0 qualification. We are not adding. This is just on elite alone, 25 million. Will this be what your consideration? Now, let me show you more, because Mary says we are not done. Remember, I said that we rise in Mary by helping others. Mary says, if you are an executive and you produce an executive, apart from all the monies we are paying, we pay you an extra 57,960. So you see that you at 0 you were earning, but now you produce somebody, you start earning more. But because you produce an executive, Mary gives you another 57,960. For every personal executive you create. What if you are a manager and you produce a manager 579,000, guys? What if you are a director and you don't produce a director 5.7 million? This is amazing. Mary says, hold on, there's still more. I told you there are 12 ways. Somebody said, I hope this money no go finish. Well, you've got to change your ringtone. There is a song I had the other day. I don't know the artist, but it goes like this. The money where we get to, you know, go finish. Oh, amen, amen. Guys, there's a lot on this table. Repeat sales bonus. Every time you buy a product, you are rewarded for consuming the product. Now, in other companies, they force you to do what they call auto ship. Mary says, we do not do that. However, for using the product, you are paid 5% of the volume or the value of that product, consumption value of that product. Now, your team members buy the product, you are also paid 5% up to your 10th generation, guys. Cumulatively, we have people earning between 30 to 50,000 US dollars on the repeat sales bonus alone every month. It's amazing. Director development bonus, you are a shareholder with the company. You become a director and you now have one of your team members become a director. Apart from collecting 5.7 million naira, you become a 1-star director. Now you begin to earn 1% every single day. We have people right now earning between 150,000 to 300,000 naira every single day, including today there is a public holiday here in Nigeria. Guys, it's amazing. Same rank bonus. If you and your team member become the same rank, rather than you losing your director development bonus, is moved to the same rank so that you still collect it. Guys, there is a lot on the table. Travel reward. Once you qualify as an elite manager, already you qualify for an all-expense paid trip on the laps of luxury. 1-star director, you go for another trip. And as a 1-star director, every day they pay you. They are also dropping for about 5% from 1-star director and above for you to travel. Now, there's nothing like travel promo for you. There is money dropping at your back office. Travel becomes commonplace. It's amazing. Now, you can now begin the ministry of Jesus. And Jesus went about. I like that ministry. Who want to join that ministry? We go about. I just love that. Okay. And now, we've just been a few months in the African space, but we've had trips to Dubai, we've had trips to Egypt, we've had trips to the Philippines. This month of July that is just ending, we're supposed to be on another trip right now, but because of the lockdown, is on hold. I mean, it's interesting because it's giving room for more people to even qualify for such trips. And yet there is also even a car reward. Can you imagine that? Mary says immediately you leave the manager board and you are a director instantly. Apart from giving you the 3.4 million and 5.5 million naira promotional rank, they also give you another 5.7 million naira to pick a car of your choice. If you have a higher car brand in mind, you can top up and buy your car. Mary does not brand the car. Mary does not put their name. It is your car. It's in your name. It's not a fund. What happens if you become a 3-star director? You get another car worth 11.5 million. You can monetize as I don't want the car because you're a millionaire at that level. Guys, a lot is happening being on this table. So let's just show you some car awardees or recipients within the African space. They are more than this, but these are those that have already taken delivery of their car. We have here Reverend Daniel Sekpe, who became the first elite manager out of Africa, the first director out of Africa, and the first one-star director out of Africa. And I was in with him in January when he picked up his brand new Honda CR-V 2019 model. We have Mr. Prince Eric Kujo, who became a manager, a director in December, and January he was picking up his own brand new Honda CR-V 2020 model. We have my friend Dr. John Egwolo Mukoro, I call him Oniovo One, becoming the first director out of Nigeria, the first one-star director, and he got to himself a brand new Toyota Highlander XLE 2019 model. Then we have Miss Patience Madlion, who became a director in the month of June, just last month, and so exciting. She had done for herself about $105,000 within a year, and she got for herself a brand new Mercedes-Benz ML350 4MATIC. Needless to talk about, we call her Mama the Mama, Mrs. Eunice Akalagbere, who also became a director, I think early of this July, and she got for herself a brand new Toyota Highlander XLE model. Just last week, Monday, there was another director that was celebrated talking about Mrs. Glory Kukan, okay? They call her the Kukan of Africa. She got for herself, she had made about $104,000 within the space of 9 months, all expense paid vacation, and also a Lexus GX 470, brand new. Guys, and we have people like Pajay, we have people like Mrs. Sekpe, we have other people who have already their own cars. Is a special customized order is still on the sea coming. So once they are ready, we'll showcase you more. But listen, for Nigeria, we're already in pre-launch, and look at what is happening, guys. We've not even launched. There's so much happening. Mary says, let's stop. Let's bring the icing on the cake. When you become a director in Mary, number one, first, listen, your legacy is set. You qualify for a penthouse in Malaysia worth $300,000, and it comes with my Malaysia second home visa, multiple entry up to 10 years, everything taken care of by the company. In case you do not want the house in Malaysia, you said, I want to build my own house in Uborikoko. I want to build it in a Kakrame. I want to build it in Adagbrasa, Adeje, Ikorekbene, Mbise. Welcome. Emery gives you $150,000 to go and build the house wherever you want. Now, the picture below was what happened exactly 1 year ago. It was the last week of July last year when we're having a convention in Malaysia, which the convention should have been holding now, and 2 ladies were awarded their penthouses in Malaysia. They had just joined the company within 2.5 years. Guys, this is amazing. This is the Mary story, and everybody can be a part of it. So let's show you, as we bring this to an end, the benefits of joining the Mary. Number one, your payment bonuses are instant. We do not do Green Monday, Green Tuesday, Green Thursday, Obago, Kobago, Wale, Kowale. No, everything about Mary is give us now. It's not even the Bible says give us this day. Mary gives you now, instantly, real-time payment. It's not virtual. It's not audio money. Team bonuses. With one person, if you started with the agency or you were upgraded from the classic to the NGS, you have one qualification, you can start earning. At least you have 288,000 naira guaranteed. No monthly volume target for you to maintain. You are not a banker. No flushing of points ever. No binary system. No balancing of leg to say one leg is short, your other leg is long. Listen, you do not need a Holy Ghost service for your leg to be corrected. Just make sure you build right, and everybody's winning here because there's no compulsory monthly autoship. There is training, there is mentorship program happening every single day, just like as I'm having here, some teams are having tomorrow. I mean, it's amazing. Online back office to help you track your business. You don't need to come to the company's office. Even though I showed you the office, you can do your business from home, even from your phone or your laptop. You earn direct and indirect bonuses. There's a true car reward incentive, travel reward incentive. There's a house reward incentive. And guess what? All our products are FDA and NAFDAC approved. What more do I need to say here? Are you ready? Are you ready to own your own life? Are you ready? Are you ready to own your own life? It's important that you are ready. Are you ready to be your own boss? Are you ready to be your own boss? It's important you consider that. Are you ready to take control of your destiny? Are you ready to achieve your dreams? Are you ready to live an amazing lifestyle? Guys, if any of this caught your attention and you said yes, then let me show you how to get started the right way. Now, listen, you can start wherever you are. We have the classic package, it's 59,200. 59,200 won't get you a shop in at least I know in Lagos, and you stock it and all those things. But 59,200, you can get started with the classic package and you get product worth 59,200. Actually, your registration is free. And you are given a business account to start building if you so wish. You can start with the agency, with the associate level, which is 295,930. I highly recommend this if you can. If you cannot, start with the classic. But what's the advantage of having the associate board? Number one, it gives you 30% discount for life whenever you come to buy a product. The person with the classic will keep buying at the member's price. The person with the agency will be buying 30% lesser. Until I tell you the products are in hot demand. So you want that break of margin. Then number two, remember with one person you can start earning. I showed you that. That only works from the associate board. That does not apply on the pre-associate board, which is a classic board. Now you get product worth 295,930. And you can also choose to do the wholesale. If you have access to NGOs, you have access to pharmacies, you have access to medical facilities, or politicians that want to use it to probably take care of their wards, or do an empowerment health thing for women. Listen, this is a huge break because, example, somebody is doing a tier 4, or there's almost 3 million naira, and you are getting product worth 3 million naira extra. And yet you're having 4 business accounts and you're enjoying 50% discount for the rest of your life. Tier 1 to tier 4 gives you 50% discount for the rest of your life. So guys, begin where you feel you can. Now, as I bring this to an end, I want to quickly say this, which I will always like to say. Now that you have listened to this, and I want to thank you for staying with me till now, what do you do? Number one, there are people who join us just to use the product. There are others who join us to refer the product to others, thereby gathering customers. And there are the others who join us to build a team. All the cars, all the monies I've talked about, it's more of the team building. And you know what? Your membership with Emery gives you access to all 3. So don't pick one. This is a buffet. It's not an a la carte where you are served. This is a buffet where you have access to come and you pick the product, you pick to sell, you have access to all 3. Serve yourself. Probably I should just say, food is ready. Join us now. How do you join us? If you are a guest on this call, please get back to the person who shared the invite to be here with you. Probably it was a text message, it was a WhatsApp, it was on Facebook. Anyhow, you got the information and you are here. I would like to encourage you to please get back to the person who shared that information with you so that you can get started immediately. It's very, very important that you do that. Get started immediately. And just like Mike Effa is saying, we need the Egyptians. Yes, we all need the Egyptians, but get started because an Egyptian is coming to your board. I just like that. Well, let me close. I always like to close by saying that nobody was born to win, even if you are 10 winners. Nobody was born to lose, even if you grew up in a jugular like I did. Now listen, whether you win or you lose, it's a product of your choice. We're born to choose. We're all born to choose. So guys, we want you to be in the champion league of winners. Now listen, I don't want to go to Premier League and the rest. I don't want to offend my Arsenal fans and the rest of them. But listen, Emery is a consistent winner. whether you're in the top 4 or not, Emery is a consistent winner. And I want to be a part of that winning team with Emery. With that being said, let me see if Chief Duncan is still on the call. And okay, is Duncan on the call? I think he's out of the call. So guys, get back to the person, choose to win, join us, and let's make this happen together. It's my pleasure bringing this to you. I want to say thank you so very much to everyone that have joined us on this call. God bless you. This will be happening again on Saturday, same time, same link. Let's win together. There is a board that is about to break. Let's go break some boards, guys. God bless you so very much. I want to appreciate you, everyone that have joined us on this call. God bless you. God bless you. And God bless you.